Yeah, that's a really good question too. There's definitely, I mean, there's definitely a separation between personal branding and branding. And I'll give you a good example. So one of my clients, the guy out in Norway, he runs a very successful Twitter account. Like his Twitter account is very active. When I launched my book, it had, like, he made a post and it had the most engagement out of any of my other influencers that help support me. Now the guy personally doesn't have a social media following. Personally, he's unknown. Personally, yeah. So his personal brand isn't important to him. What's important to him is exhausting as much energy as he can into building a reputation out of their organization, out of their company. So the question is what is your vision? Is your vision to build a company, or is your vision to build authority as a thought leader? So I think that those are two things that need to be identified early on. For me, for example, I have both visions. I have a digital agency in mind, and then I also want to build authority in myself. To do that, I need to be at the forefront of my brand, right? Of my personal brand. Now, if I were to start a, let's say, a software as a service company like this gentleman, like he's focusing entirely on building a following for his organization. Even when he goes to sell his company, for example, just his Twitter account alone has equity, has an estimated value based on engagement. So he's creating these other assets throughout the online world that are building equity in his organization, not in himself. So I think the question is that people need to ask themselves, and a lot of times they don't, is, well, what's my purpose? Do I eventually want to write a book? Do I eventually want to speak? Do I just want to build a company in hopes to sell it? You know, these questions, if you're crystal clear on what you're really trying to achieve and where you're trying to go, then you can evaluate, well, do I need a personal brand or do I not need a personal brand? I work with podcasters a lot. Podcasters are like, do I want my face on my podcast artwork? It's like one of the major questions I get asked all the time. Some people say yes, some people say no, even like your book. You know, your book has your face on the cover. So my question is always, well, are you trying to be a thought leader? Are you trying to be an authority? Or are you trying to promote a business, right? It's a different thing. And I'm not saying that being a personal brand is not a business. I'm saying a business as in we use lingo like we and our. Like our team can help you with this. Personal brands are like, I can help you with this. So there's a we and then there's an I. So the question is, are you a we company or are you an I company? If you're an I company, then you're the guy. I also describe this as being, there's a difference between being a practice and a business. So a practice needs a practitioner, like a dentist, right? So a dentist, he's the guy with the license, he's the guy doing oral surgery, but the business, he doesn't have a business without him. He has to be there to run his business. So it's more of a practice than it is a business. Now a business, you as the owner should be able to step aside and have organizations, you know, or have enough organization within your company to thrive without you being there. So some people have a really, you know, good practice and other people have a really strong business. It just depends on what you want.